2001 CR500 project, as she sits right now, is just kind of a pile of pieces here. It's a ghost of a bike that needs some love. Mainly right now, we're going to tackle these swing arm linkage bearings. That bolt is loose. They're basically seat solid. You can see in here, I can't push that collar out. Oh, that collar will come out. Those ones actually aren't too bad. Yeah, they're all kind of crusty. This is the lower shock bearing. It's C solid. So we're going to go through and give the linkage some love. We want this bike to be ready to ride, so that's why we're doing as much work to it now before the new owner takes it, as this bike is actually for sale. We had to do all balls. It's all we could get, and even these took about 3 weeks to get, so come at me. Really, the quality of the bearing is marginally better between like an all balls or an OEM. Servicing, maintenance, and just riding style all changes it. If you ride in the mud a lot and you blast your bike with a pressure washer, doesn't matter if you use Honda bearings or not, if they get water in them, they're toast. So here we go. We can get her out with a little rubber hammer action. Ah, yeah. Okay. I'll probably walk you guys through one of these, and then I will we'll just time lapse it or something, because it's very redundant. Once you get one done, and you're good to go. These guys have little thrust washers in them. Look, I don't have soft jaws for my vise, but I do have some emery cloth. I'm hoping that'll be enough. Ow. These guys are in there pretty good. Guys, get the needle bearings out. Oh, this is just nasty. You can see how nasty they're in there, and these really suck to get out. Definitely gonna say somebody's been lacking on their maintenance. It's a good reminder. Like at least once a year you're doing linkage bearings. At least like pull them apart and grease them before they look like this. This is exponentially more expensive than just greasing them. Takes an hour or two, you can pull them all apart, clean them up real quick and grease them, versus hundreds of dollars and hours. Let's try a little heat this time, see if we can get them out. So the plan now is to come in and put a couple tacks. This metal's very thin, so you just want to give nice little tacks, and that'll give me something for my punch to hit and be able to drive this collar out of here. Oh, now we're back on the vise, and we'll see if we can get her tapped out of here. I didn't put a whole lot of tack on her. Ooh, here we go. And just like that, they come out. You gotta be real careful. You'll burn holes through them and actually melt into the aluminum if you try and weld too much. So just a couple little tacks. The heat will also shrink them, releasing them from the aluminum, and you can get them tapped out of there. So I just use the flat side of the bearing, not the rounded side. Just gonna push her in with my vise. I'm gonna use a socket to push it the rest of the way in. Makes this job pretty easy. I'm not going to bore you with doing each one of them. We'll speed through this in the next minute or two and get this monster CR500 hopefully back on some wheels.
Sometimes. Let me explain something.
So here's the finished product. We have all new linkage bearings and lower shock bearing in the bell crank. The wishbones, dog bones, link arms, whatever you want to call them. New bearings in this end. We've got freshies in the swing arm. We've got some new wheel bearings to throw in it. We have clutch parts. I've been through the car before. And yeah, let's get this CR500 back together, do a couple burns around the neighborhood. And it has been a long time from that last clip to this clip since I've worked on this bike. Like a month or something has gone by probably, because CR500 parts are hard to find, and when you do, it takes a long time to get them apparently. But I think we have everything to finish her up. So it's time to get back into her. So let's go through what happened here. We knew we needed some clutch parts from the beginning. This inner hub was broke. So we got that on order pretty quick. Not a big deal right from the start. Had it in like 3 or 4 weeks. I assumed, which was the problem. Never assume. I then assumed a clutch cover because there's a hole in the one on the side of the bike. That this would be easy to get. All my Canadian parts suppliers seemingly could get it. It was available. Nobody had one. There's not one of these in Canada. I could have got a Honda one actually, but it has a Boyson intake, has a Boyson ignition cover, it had a Boyson clutch cover on it, so we want to put a Boyson one back on. I can't get into the damn box. Open up. So I had to order one from eBay, because that's about the only place I could find one in a reasonable amount of time. So eBay sometimes takes 6 to 8 weeks to get things from America to Canada. So hence the 6-week delay, but we got the clutch cover. Ah! Come on, Honda. On a YZ250, you can pull the clutch basket out the side of the clutch cover. Guess on a Honda, you can't. I get to drain the coolant. To be fair, probably not a bad idea to see what's in this thing for coolant, seeing it's sat for a long time. Looks like Evan's waterless. Maybe some weak gas engine ice? I'm not sure, she's quite a color. Oh, right. Man, she's stuck on there. Starting to come. There we go. I'm trying to leave these coolant hoses attached because I don't have a gasket or O-ring for this top cylinder guy, which if you could pull off, and I don't want to pull the rad off, so kind of trying to cheat a little bit. Try and pull it away, and then we can, as it comes away, we can separate the hoses. There we go. Hoses off. Get the primary cover off. Ooh. Well, probably a good thing I took it off anyways, because she's full of shit. Our gasket. So, yeah, as we can see, she's full of aluminum junkies. We're not splitting the cases. We're not getting that fancy. But what happened is it got hit. This is somehow the bike fell, or it got, the clutch cover got punctured either way. It crunched right in there, and then it was grinding. These guys are actually discontinued from Honda. Making it pretty annoying, but that's the way she goes, older bikes. To me, it looks like you cannot tell these two parts apart. From the Honda one to this Pro X one, I'll bet Pro X maybe bought the molds or something, because it's identical. A washer, brand new lock tab. I don't know where it goes on the Honda. This goes like that, and our nut. Oh, and here it is. This guy torqued to 60 foot-pounds. This little trick with the kickstart I'm about to do, I try and do it on every bike I get a chance to, because there's nothing worse than a seized kickstand. Because there's nothing worse than a seized kickstart. If you've ever been around some old bikes, or even some new ones, it doesn't take long. And these guys get seized up. Oh, get up. Yep. Ah. Watch for the ball bearing in there. There's also a spring, but as you can see, this guy is like bone dry in there. There's nothing. No grease. So. Little waterproof grease. At this point, this is like the perfect time to catch it. I like to kind of coat the whole thing so it doesn't have a chance to rust in here. A little bit of grease. Doesn't take much, a little thin layer. Just using some any type, pick your favorites, just your favorite waterproof grease. Get her on there. Don't forget your ball bearing or else it won't stay closed. This guy back down. A little bit of Loctite on the bolt. A little bit of Loctite. Run her back in. I think that was all of 30 seconds, and we got a freshly serviced, grease is flying, kickstart. Now this will last like a whole nother season. At this point here, I think I'm going to, I don't like this thing flopping around anymore, so I think I'll get the swing arm on, rear shock in, and we can hook the brakes and just kind of tidy up the rear end. We will have to put the forks on, or else we're going to tippy-do here. So, on to the swing arm, or a linkage, or a shock. Something in that order. pivot bolt. It's even got that Honda green Loctite on her. Get that grease worked in there a little bit. It was missing one when it showed up, so we had to get a brand new one for it. The bolts aren't loose. This cover has to go on, which holds the master cylinder on. So now I go ahead and get this guy out. Never fails. I went to start it, and the carb is leaking profusely. So I suppose I'll take the carb back off and see what I screwed up, or I think just the float height is too high. I didn't check the height. I suppose I should have, but usually things, yeah. Anyhow, let's pull the carb back off. I was just hoping it would fire up. We'll bring her outside and take her for a good scoot. What a weapon! So ooh, she's a big dog. If there's anything you wanted to see more of or wanted to see less, please leave a comment and we'll catch you on the next one.